Some K-dramas tug at your heartstrings, but they rip them out with tactical precision and a flying sidekick. Welcome to the top 10 brutal action Korean dramas of all time, Part 1, where heroes bleed, villains charm, and every fight scene feels like an art piece with bruises. These shows don't just show action, they choreograph carnage with emotional impact. From criminal underworlds to covert operations, each pick brings high-stakes battles and characters that hit as hard as they feel. Expect broken bones, dark past, and moral lines so blurred they are basically fog. If you like your drama with blood, sweat, and slow-motion justice, this one is for you. Suit up, focus in, and let's count them down. At number 10, we have Bridal Mask, Gaksital. Set during the Japanese occupation, Bridal Mask blends brutal resistance with personal betrayal in a masked hero saga that hits like a historical uppercut. Our lead is a Korean officer working for the enemy until personal tragedy flips him into a rebel with righteous rage. The action scenes are raw, fast, and emotionally driven, making every fight matter. It's not just fist, it's patriotism versus survival, with a side of slow burn guilt. The turns feel painful in the best way, and the story, epic. It's dark, daring, and leaves scars in you and the characters. A must watch if you like your heroes conflicted and your villains charismatic. At number 9, we have Mad Dog. Insurance fraud has never looked this cool. Mad Dog follows a rogue team investigating high-level corruption. And yes, they beat people up while doing it. The drama is tight, sleek, and full of tension that turns verbal sparring into actual sparring. Yoo Ji-tae leads with stoic charisma, backed by a squad that knows how to handle both code and combat. The action isn't flashy, it's fast, efficient, and has real stakes. It's basically if Ocean's 11 had trauma, teamwork, and tasers, a criminally underrated gem that keeps the punches coming and the plot airtight. At number 8, we have Mr. Sunshine. You want brutal? Try Love and War set in 1900s Joseon, Korea, where swords, bullets, and heartbreak fly in equal measure. Mr. Sunshine is visually stunning, emotionally devastating, and packed with slow-burning patriotism and gunpowder. Lee Byung-hun plays a Korean-born US Marine caught between two worlds and several heart-wrenching loyalties. The fight scenes are beautifully choreographed chaos, often underscored by tragic piano music because of course. No one's safe, everyone's stylish, and the tension will snap your soul. It's not action for action's sake. It's cinematic warfare with literary depth. Bring tissues and armor. At number 7, we have Lawless Lawyer. If you are into lawyers who throw fists faster than legal arguments, Lawless Lawyer is your new obsession. Lee Joon-gi plays a former gangster turned attorney who uses courtroom logic and martial arts equally and usually in the same episode. The fight choreography is crisp, stylish, and always personal. Every courtroom win feels like a street fight, and every street fight feels like justice in motion. There is revenge, corruption, and just enough vulnerability to keep it grounded. Joon-gi delivers charm, rage, and roundhouse kicks with equal precision. A brutal, smart blend of brains and bruises. At number 6, we have Life on Mars. Less brawls, more psychological punches, but Life on Mars still qualifies as brutal in the best, most mind-bending way. A modern-day detective wakes up in the 1980s after a mysterious accident and ends up investigating murders with a team that doesn't believe in rules or forensics. The action is raw, unfiltered, and loaded with retro grit. Gunshots feel loud, fights feel clumsy, and every moment feels real. It's a noir-fueled blend of thriller and nostalgia with enough emotional wreckage to classify as action and trauma. You'll question reality and want more. At number 5, we have My Secret Darius. Part action thriller, part domestic chaos. My Secret Terriers is what happens when a retired NIS agent ends up babysitting and saving the world. So, Ji-sub plays the emotionally constipated spy with a tragic past who ends up living next door to a single mom and her kids. The gunfights, clean. The hand-to-hand, sharp. The dual energy of action hero and reluctant nanny, hilarious and unexpectedly moving. It's equal parts drama, danger, and comedic gold. The pacing is snappy, and the final few episodes are edge-of-seat explosive. Come for the covert ops. Stay for the herd. At number 4, we have the K2. If this list had a category called Most Shirtless Brutality, the K2 wins by knockout. Ji Chang-wook plays a former soldier turned bodyguard in a story full of betrayal, high-tech politics, and elevator fight scenes that deserve Oscars. The action is fierce, fluid, and cinematic. Each episode is stacked with stunts that looked too real to be legal. And it's not just about fists. There is fire, knives, rooftop runs, and enough emotional angst to match. His fight choreography is practically poetry with blood. Also, the hallway scene, legendary. If you haven't seen it, you are missing art. At number 3, we have City Hunter. What begins as sleek revenge turns into full-scale action mayhem in City Hunter, with Lee Min-ho in peak vigilante mode. As a mysterious government-trained assassin with a moral compass and serious daddy issues, he takes on corruption one takedown at a time. Expect motorcycle chases, sniper drama, and emotional breakdowns between missions. The show balances romance, justice, and violence like a martial arts ballet. And those fight scenes, sharp, stylish, and always plot-driven. This one helped define modern K-action for a reason, and still slaps harder than expected. At number 2, we have 2 weeks. What would you do if you had 2 weeks to save your daughter's life while being framed for murder? 2 weeks is one long, relentless chase, and Lee Joon-gi runs it like a man possessed. Every episode is a ticking clock, a life or death moment, and a chance to either escape or be caught. The fights are gritty and desperate, more survival than style, and that makes them hit harder. You feel every bruise, every heartbeat, every close call. There is no room to breathe, no filler, just pure urgency, emotion, and a dad who refuses to die until he makes things right. Brutal, brilliant, unescapable. At number 1, the legend, Healer, a night courier with Batman-like skills, a tragic backstory and chemistry that burns the screen. This drama is the blueprint for action romance perfection. Ji Chang-wook is at his absolute best, climbing walls, dodging bullets, and beating up bad guys like it's cardio. But it's not just about the stunts, it's about identity, truth, and a love story that grows through danger. The rooftop chases, iconic. The disguises, glorious. The fight scenes, chef's kiss. It balances emotional depth with physical action like no other. If you are building an action drama watch list, Healer is where it begins and ends. From masked rebels to rooftop assassins, these dramas didn't just deliver action. They turned every punch, kick, and chase into emotional warfare. Whether it's justice, survival, or sheer revenge, these stories brought the king of grit that sticks with you long after the final episode. And this was just part 1. We haven't enough touched the next tier of legends. So tell us, who hit hardest? Which fight scenes lives rent-free in your head? Drop it in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and prepare your bones, because part 2 is coming soon. Until then, stay sharp, stay shady, and stay running.